Hey there, my lovely Evies. I'm Venoxxie, but you can call me Veno, Nox, Noxie, whatever floats your boat. I'm going to be once again starting up some opinionated videos,
Oh, hell
whether
no.
you agree with them or not. Probably mostly directed at Marvel Rivals or other games I play a lot, but also on other topics outside of gaming. I used to make some of these videos, but stopped for a bit. Maybe I'll try this again, maybe more often. We'll see. Speaking of rivals, though, and maybe just games in general, I think the first subject I'm going to start with is should we let children play games online? Well, let's get into that. Now, I had a chat the other night with some friends while I was streaming, and they started gaming at around the age of 5. One of those friends, and it's not my story to tell, so I'm keeping this brief, had something happen to her when she was younger. While our parents might tell us not to say or do certain things online, the only thing we may keep in our minds when we're told these things is don't tell our name and don't tell our address. Everything else doesn't matter to us once we're allowed to explore online alone as a child. I feel like had her parents been with her whenever she was online until a certain age, her situation would have never come to pass. But I personally think it highly depends on the game and if it's with the parent's supervision. Take, for example, Minecraft. If it's just, a solo server, maybe with like one or two people that you actually personally know and trust your kid to be around, then it's perfectly fine. But online games such as World of Warcraft or Marvel Rivals, the more massive multiplayer games, I think children should not be allowed to play unless a parent is actively playing with the child. Why? Well, I know in Rivals you can turn the chat off. Other games don't generally have that. There are a lot of adults lying in wait to corrupt minds or predators waiting to have their way with someone. Don't forget the god awful toxicity either. Here's how you can turn it off. Go to the cogwheel in the upper right corner, go to settings, go to social, and then here you see there is an option to allow all these messages. You can set them off while your kid is playing and turn them back on at a later date. Now, when I say children, I mean very little kids, below the ages of, say, maybe 10, below 8 at the least. Because games like these are more meant for teenagers or adults. Even Roblox these days is hardly a kid's game. I played it at around the age of 19 myself and met plenty of other people between the ages of 16 to 25 during that time of my life on that game. But at least certain games like Roblox can be played casually, even with mommy or daddy on the game to keep an eye out for you. But you put a kid in a quick play match of rivals, and they will probably get banned for throwing the game. They will throw a tantrum, and it won't be the fault of the game's moderators or even the people who reported. It'll be the parents' fault for allowing their kid to be on there in the first place. The kid won't even know what they're doing. They're probably going to be exploring the map or wasting their abilities, not knowing what's up and what's down. These are not games you should let your kids play. Yes, it's quick play, but even if the match ends in a loss, most of us would like people who have some sort of brain on our team. We would like someone who actually knows how the game is meant to be played, even if they suck. I mean, me personally, I don't care if they suck, so long as they're at least trying. I would rather have someone 0-10, but actually trying to fight the enemy rather than someone who is still in diapers. I'm sorry, but stop handing your little bro the controller because you think it's funny. It's really not. You're making other people miserable by letting children play these kind of games. People have fun by playing the game, not babysitting for you. Alrighty though, take this guy for example. Now, as the match just starts up, you can see that their movements are just a little bit weird. I mean, they're very clearly having no idea what they're doing. Like, they're not even moving like a bot. At least a bot knows where the hell they're going. Now you see that they're just literally standing still, doing absolutely nothing. See, they're even looking around. Like, bots do not do this. Now, I didn't notice this at first, but this is the very first clear sign that this person doesn't know up from down. You can clearly tell that there's something going on with them. Now they don't even care about the fight that's going down beneath them. And they've already gotten screwed within the first 5 seconds of getting anywhere near the fight. Now you can see here that they are literally just wasting their abilities, doing absolutely nothing. Like, the thin air is not your enemy, motherfucker. So they were on the point, they get off the point, they start getting shot at. They still have, they're not even turning. Like, and now the Luna has very clearly seen that they're not worth the time. Now she's on the enemy's side of the map, doing absolutely nothing. Is still just exploring, walking around like a complete freaking idiot. I don't even know what's going on at this point with this person, but it's very clear that they are not even a teenager yet. They are definitely a very young child. Even if they had some sort of bug where they could not turn their screen, they would still at least be trying to do something. They would at least warn their team in text chat, hey guys, sorry, I can't move. I can't do anything. Hell, they might even disconnect. Now, if you got some sort of child gamer prodigy, fine. Whatever, I guess. But you should still make sure a parent is there to protect the kid if something goes wrong. The internet is a bad place to let a child be by themselves. If a young child is ever by themselves, no matter what happens, that's on you, the parent. I personally don't think you're a good parent if you're letting your child explore the ways of the internet all by themselves, especially on toxic games like Rivals. Sorry, but that's just my opinion, you know? But, anyways, that's that for that opinion. You might not agree with it, maybe you do, but I've always been the type of person that I don't think a kid should be allowed on the internet until maybe the age of 12. Maybe like 10 or 11 at the least. But you eat little Eevees. Have a great day. It's time for me to go concoct other opinions. Goodbye.